Hey team, Coach Falk here, continuing the Warrior Talk series on offensive special situations. Today in 5.2, we are going to discuss some formation modifiers. These formation modifiers are going to particularly pertain to our receivers and our running back. And the three that we're going to discuss are flip, trips, and bunch. So let's go back to our base formation that we've been working all of this out of. Gold, right, east, and there's not going to be any modifiers to this quite yet. So gold, right, east. What does that typically look like? Guard, center, guard, with the strength to the right, so the Y to the right. Q, R in the backfield, X to the left, Z outside of him. Now, if I change this up and I add the flip modifier, this is going to change where the X and the Z line up. They're going to flip sides of the field. So they're going to come to the right side. This is going to put all of our players over on the right side of the field. Key to this is both the X and the Z have to stay off of the line. They have to leave the Y uncovered. If one of these players, X or Z, goes up to the line, that will cover the Y and make him an ineligible receiver. He cannot go down the field and block. And that's it. Flip just means that they go, the receivers, the X and the Z, go to the same side as the Y. We can draw it out real quick for gold. Left, east, flip. So we got guard, center, guard. Strength is to the left, to the Y. And we're going to put X and Z off the line of scrimmage on the left-hand side. Why would we use this? I already mentioned the fact that it's going to create a mismatch. It's going to create a large number of our players on one side of the field. So if I go ahead and put the Q and the R in here, I've got end, nose, end. I've got at least one cornerback on this side of the field. I've got a safety on this side of the field. I've got a Mike. I've got a Will. And then I've got one more cornerback somewhere. Well, we look at it, there's automatically, if this is how they line up in defense, there is a beautiful little green circle right here that nobody is covering. So whether I have the X run a 9, we'll say, and go down the field and clear out the safety, and the Z run a 2, or if we get rid of that, we got our big green circle here. Let's say I have the Z run a 9 and get downfield, and then I have the X run a 1. There is a large area that nobody is covering that we can get the ball into and gain ground. So that's flip. Z and the X go to the opposite side of the field, off the line of scrimmage. Now, let's go back to our base. Gold, right, east, trips. Well, let's lay down the base. Guard, center, guard, right. So the Y is to the right. Got my X and my Z off to the left. Q and R in the backfield. In trips, the R is not going to line up in the backfield. He's going to line up out here inside of the X. Now, once again, I've created a mismatch on this side of the field. If I go end, nose, end, cornerback, safety, that's going to force the Mike to come over, which leaves just the Will here in the center of the field and a cornerback. Or if I pull the Mike back in and put him over the main body, there's no cornerback over here or on the right side, creating an opening for the Y to come out and get into space. So there's either going to be that where the Y has an opening, or like I said, if we go back and we put the cornerback on this side, on the right side, shutting down that opening for the tight end, then I've got the Mike over here. And when I look at a one-on-one matchup between our R and the Mike, I love this matchup. I'll take that matchup any day of the week and twice on Friday night. And that's trips. Last one. We go back to the base. Green, right, east, bunch. And I can run bunch out of just the normal set, or I can run it out of trips. We'll go ahead and say we're going to run it out of trips in this situation. So let's get the base offense down. Guard, center, guard. Strength is to the right, so the Y is to the right. Q is in shotgun. We'll put the X, and this will be the standard formation. We'll put the X, we'll put the Z, and we won't put the Z twice. We'll put the R. Well, what kind of spacing do we typically have here? It's 1 yard off and about 3 yards out to the Z and the R. If we're in bunch, I don't want that kind of spacing. I want my R and my Z to be about 1 yard to the left and the right of the X receiver. I want them in nice and tight. What this is going to do is this is going to create confusion. We'll say they pull the other corner over. This is going to create confusion once we snap the ball and those receivers start moving down the field as to who is covering whom. It's going to create the opportunity for one of our guys to run a special route that we'll discuss next time, but it's going to create confusion on the defense as to who is getting covered. It also creates a great opportunity for our Y to come over here and hit a space that nobody's covering. So that's another run at special formations. We went through 3 modifiers today, guys. We went through flip, we went through trips, and we went through bunch. Keep learning, keep asking questions, and as I say, let's get better every day.